been a good start to the carnival for you. Sharuk, of course, winning that first leg of the Mattoon Challenge. How did she come out of that race?
She's a tough filly. She come back really happy and sound and healthy. I like her. She's the Oaks winner last year. Then, she had like a setback when she was in England. Like some horses, they don't show really a lot when it's some time in the season. But the filly, she's doing well. Could be we take her to the Mattoon Challenge or the Cape Verde race. But, she's look happy and fresh and happy.
And you said she had a slight setback in the UK. And have you found that since the carnival began here in Dubai, that if a horse just perhaps picks up a small injury, rather than try and fix it and rush to get them back on the track in the UK, you'll say, well, we'll just put them away now because, of course, we've got the option of Dubai?
Yeah, there's always options. And like what you know, I mean, Godolphin, our season 12 months. If we see any horse have any problem, we'll give him a time, then sure he will run in the right time as when he's ready.
An Emirates flyer won for you the UAE 2000 Guineas trial last week. We've just seen him trotting on the track there. He looks in great shape, doesn't he?
Well, in the morning he never show anything in the morning when he work. But in the racetrack he's doing really well. Even he handled the service really nicely. When he ran, he wasn't really ready as 100% fit. But I'm sure he needs the race and he'll improve in the race.
And what about distance for him? I asked you that on Thursday night. Have you had a chance to look at the race again and changed your mind or anything? You still think a mile will be his optimum?
I think the mile he'll be fine for him. 7 furlongs is good, but I think the mile will be better for him. But we'll see. But I think the Guineas race will be the right distance for him.
And he's another real gutsy sword, isn't he? We saw him when he was second in that 2-year-old trophy at Redcar, a real competitive race there, 27 runners, and he's ultra consistent, isn't he? He really gives a good run for your money.
He showed something, I mean, early the season, from the 2-year-olds I like, in early runners, as in May time, when he ran, he won well, then, he didn't handle some ground. When it's too heavy, he don't like it, even when he work in the morning. But I think this year he's physically doing all right, and I think from the second race we will learn more about him.
And I know you're a very shrewd judge, and I interviewed you after Emirates Flyers race last Thursday, and you said to me, let's talk a bit about Thea, who was up in the next race, and he didn't win, but he ran an absolute cracker to finish place, didn't he?
Well, I think the race, I don't want to say it's complicated there, it's some joke, but he didn't have a clear run, but I'm sure, I mean, when he worked in the morning, he worked really always nicely. Physically, he looked really good, much better than last year. Even when you see him just now, when he jogged, he looked fresh and happy. He showed this last year. And when he worked really well. Even the time, always he finished his work really well. I think he'll be fine. He's not a big horse, but he have a class to run well as a nice races. He's like what you remember. He's a listed winner as when he ran at Royal Ascot.
Obviously, Godolphin have got a brilliant record with fillies, particularly, and you've got Itamal, who was a winner, of course, of the Sweet Solero. She was placed in the fillies mile. How's she been training on the Tapita?
She's Group 2 winner in England. She's a tiny filly. She never grew from last year. Then, but she have a big engine, very brave. She tried very hard and working really nicely. I like her a lot. We start with her in a nice race since when she's here already. I think the 1,000 guineas. That's where we go for her. Then we go from there.
Do you think she could develop into a 1,000 guineas candidate for the Newmarket in May?
To tell you the truth, she's the best filly I have here in the stable. I mean, from the 2-year-olds and until now. I mean, some of them, they need to improve. Some of them, they're going to run the Craven meetings. But the filly, if she don't get good hair and she stays sound and healthy, could be possible to run her in the Newmarket Guineas.
And sadly, we never got to see White Moonstone run in the 1,000 Guineas. She picked up an injury. She didn't run as a 3-year-old. But could you sort of put this Itamal in the same bracket as White Moonstone? Of course, he won the fillies mile for you.
But White Moonstone, she's a big filly. You can think for the future she can be something nice. I mean, but the Itamal, she's small and tiny. There is, could be a nice filly for the future as a Group 2 winner. We keep the options open for the big races coming.